Welcome, everybody, to Catfish Weekly, presented by Catfish Clothing. Along with the Dr. Tim Lang, I'm Lyle Stokes. Cindy is here to spin the rig wrap prize wheel. And, Doc, we had a big weekend this weekend.
Yes, we did.
It was warm weather in Missouri.
Yeah, and what do they call it? Pollen. That stuff is like sand.
That pollen, it's pretty tough. Yes, it is.
It did a number on my
coming off of it. Did it get on your new truck?
Yeah, it did a number on my truck, my boat. I got it inside the truck. It's a mess.
Yeah, everything in the world got it on there. It just kind of tough deal with that, Cindy, and a lot of other people was sneezing and carrying on and taking allergy medicine and bunches of stuff. But you know, it is what it is. That's the way it is. Some people had a little trouble getting bait, but if you was out at night or early in the mornings or late in the evenings, it was pretty easy to come by, it looked like. And fish was biting in some areas and some wasn't, but all in all, had a pretty good time.
I swear I thought on Saturday, there was at least 1,000 boaters that went by me. I've never seen so many boaters in my life.
Well, you know, I have never been to a recreational lake in my life that wasn't just like it was down there. I mean, we're used to it, and I seen no different with it than Wheeler or Lake Martwain or any of the rest of them. They all about the same. But when you get to the skinny water away from the big end, then them guys start fading pretty quick.
Yeah.
But a lot of stuff went on, a lot of announcements to be made. We'll get Randy or Jody and Daniel in here in a little bit. I'm glad you had a safe trip back home. I know you guys had a long trip.
Yep, no problems. In fact, we just got back about 3 hours ago. Well, about 5:30 Ohio time. So,
well, thanks
hi,
for
Randall.
Good evening, Randall.
Good evening. How are you?
Not too bad for a couple old guys. Been out all weekend catting around on the water.
Yeah, I know. I noticed that. I caught a little bit of the live video that you guys were doing over the weekend. So, sounded like the fishing was a little tough down there.
It was for some. It wasn't so bad for others. But you know, it's like the Ozarks. That's the way it runs. I know in the last couple of weeks there was 2 or 3 50 pounds. One was a flathead that was caught. So they're there. You just have to you know, get on your fish and make them go.
Yeah, I saw a lot of 5 fish, 16 to 25 pound range, a lot. So, but
yep.
Sounded like you guys had a pretty good turnout.
Yep, we had a great time, everybody. You know, I gotta say, and we'll go over this when Jody and Daniel get in here, but been fishing tournaments a long time. One of the smoothest run tournaments I was ever around. Everybody was happy and no arguing and feuding or anything going wrong. If there was, I never heard about it. Everybody there and happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, the launch was real smooth. I don't know if you noticed it. You know that on the first day, on Saturday, when you were out there in the boat holding the flag out, did you hear the screech of the eagle right before they started the national anthem?
I did, and that was
pretty cool. Yeah.
That was about as good as it gets, wasn't it, Doc?
Yeah, it was like he just said, "Okay, boys, let's get it on."
That's right. He says, "Time to get down."
Yeah, that was pretty good. And then Jody played that national anthem. That had everybody pumped up.
It did, and my son Tony was with us in the boat the second day, and he was holding up the flag, and Daniel got a picture, or somebody did. Tina, I guess, Cindy's niece Tina was in the boat with us. She'd never been to a tournament, and she wanted to go out and watch everybody get sent off, and she took a picture of Tony holding the flag with the sun coming up in the background. It was an amazing shot. So very happy that all of them, you know, we had some really good help down there. Tina and Fred come down, my son Tony, and everything just went really smooth. We was really happy that all them guys come down and spent the weekend with Cindy and I in our room, and it was just a lot of fun for us. A little stressful, a little hot, but it is what it is, and next time will be better.
Yep.
Randall, we are gearing up to make a descent on Quincy, Illinois here in less than a month.
Yes, you are. And I tell you what, we are excited and we're ready.
Yeah, me too. In fact, it's 17 days, 3 hours, 46 minutes, and 47 seconds away.
This is
Doc, I did the same thing.
There you go. All right.
I did
this
the
is
same
one of the biggest things that happens in our area.
That we're ready. So, but hey, I got a little surprise for you, especially you, Lyle. You know, you guys always have guests on, like me, but I wanted to kind of surprise you and bring a guest on myself. So,
well, that's cool.
Here's your little surprise, Lyle.
Hi, Lyle.
Hi, Mindy. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. And for the viewers that don't know and that fishing for freedom in Quincy, Mindy is probably the most sought after person when we get to that tournament. She has all the answers, knows all the questions that's going to be asked, and takes care of everybody so well that it's unbelievable. And Cindy and I are privileged to have her in the boat with us this year.
Yeah, you know what? She's more than just the person that has all the answers. And I think I probably told her, and I know I've told you, she is the glue that keeps all of us together.
I would agree with that.
Good deal.
She works very hard.
She does work very hard. She's polite and courteous and friendly to all. And she might even give you a little problem if you allow her to do it. She might get on you a little bit, but that's what makes her such a sweet lady and a special person to everybody involved with that tournament. And I know everybody that goes up there knows who she is.
If not, they'll meet me this year.
They're not.
I'm going to be doing the reading of the rules, so everybody will get to see me this year.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And then we're going to take you out and try to catch some fish, and we're going to have a really good time doing that and try to shoot some video. What was that, Doc?
In a brand new boat.
In a brand new boat.
There we go.
We put about 7 hours on that boat over the weekend, and you're going to like it. Pretty comfortable.
A good place for me to take a nap.
Yeah, there's plenty of room.
Yeah, some of the seats recline back, so if you need to take a siesta, we'll fix you right up.
So I got some numbers for you guys for our weekend.
Okay.
262 warriors. Veterans that are coming. We have 208 boaters coming. Of those 208, 101 of them are catfish guys.
Ooh.
You guys have voted on us this year.
That's pretty good.
That's a big number.
Yes, it is.
That almost makes us equal to the bass and crappie numbers, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, they're pretty even. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Well, I think so. So, Mindy, can you tell us how many boaters we need to complete so every soldier has a boat to be in?
Right now, we have enough boaters that every soldier is in the boat. Every warrior is fishing.
Good deal.
Like another 10, 15 boaters so that we don't have to have so many double pairings. The point of this tournament is for it to be a one-on-one experience with the boater. And if you got 2 or 3 warriors in a boat, you don't get that one-on-one time.
So what we need to make sure that everybody watching our show tonight, and we'll keep pounding on this, we need 15 boaters so that all these warriors have some one-on-one time with a boater in a boat. Fellows, it's 4 hours with the most rewarding thing you can do in a boat to help our military personnel. They love being in them boats. Some of them have never been in a boat before. Some of them are veteran fishermen. The end result is we need to get 15 more boats so that they all have a one-on-one day with a quality fisherman that can take them out and put them on some fish.
And I know you guys have heard this 100 times, but if you're a boater and you live over an hour away, Fishing for Freedom will pay for your hotel room. We provide your meals for the weekend. So all you have in it's your gas and your bait.
Yep.
And it's a wonderful time. The city of Quincy wraps their arms around these people, whether they be military personnel or whether they're the guys supplying the boats, in a way that you have never seen before. You will be fully respected and have the time of your life if you show up there. And I've never been anywhere that I had any better time than what we have when we get to Quincy, Illinois.
You're right, Lyle. And I'll tell you what, it's not just the Quincy area. I mean, it's here in the Midwest. I mean, we like to show our appreciation, and even the small towns around us, you know, they help us out with this tournament so much, whether it's donating to auctions or, you know, monetary donations. We have a little town, Meyer, Illinois, and it's about 35 minutes away, and they throw a big fundraiser for us every year. So, and then, you know, on that Sunday when those boats are coming back from, you know, 19 in that area in Hamilton, and they come through the small town of Ursa, unbelievable. You know exactly how that is.
I do.
It is just, it's fantastic.
It is. Those, you know, we done that one year, and we come through those little towns in Illinois, and as you drive through these towns, there's people out with American flags, and they're waving at these guys, and these men and women are waving back, and they have their window down, and you know, it's a feeling like you've never felt before until you're part of it. You have to experience this event to get the full benefit. And then when you get downtown for Sunday afternoon, the waterfront is absolutely blowed up with vehicles and motorcycles, and it's standing room only on the front street right down in front of the river. And there's guys there that's got cold drinks for you, and there's people there that's got snacks and hamburgers and hot dogs and stuff, and you've got a huge stage there and very good announcers. The whole thing is just top notch from beginning to the end.
It is.
Mindy, can you tell everybody about the meals that you're having Friday and Saturday nights?
Okay, so Friday night meet and greet. That'll be at the Eagles. We're having pork loin, chicken, and fish with our normal homemade sides, as usual, our potato salad and coleslaw and baked beans. We'll also have a guy that's doing the curly fries again this year, which were really good. And then Saturday, we'll have, this year we're doing something new. We're going to have lunch for you guys. It's optional. It'll be at the Microtel. They have a reception hall in the basement. So we're going to have Maid-Rites and chips for lunch if you want to come. It's free, of course, but you don't have to if you're pre-fishing that day. We get it. And then Saturday night at the Heroes Banquet, we are having roast beef, mashed potatoes, corn, and a salad and a dinner roll again. And then Sunday at the park, we're actually going to have hamburgers and brats this year. And then, well, any Maid-Rites that are left from Saturday afternoon, we'll have at the park also.
You know, and for the people that's not been here to this before, this is all free.
Yep. We don't charge for anything that weekend unless you want to buy some excess.
Right. You know, now, Randall, are you again having the silent auction?
Yeah, we've got the silent auction and we've got a live auction. And I tell you what, I have seen some of the items that'll be on there. Oh my goodness, they are phenomenal. There is several woodworking pieces that our very own Brian Drawley, who he actually hosts some of our warriors at his lake. He has donated, like 7 or 8 pieces?
He just texted me another one actually as
Yeah.
I was standing here. So I think we're up to 9 now. There's a flag for each branch of service, and then a couple for POW MIA. And they are cool flags. They're on our Facebook page if you want to get on and take a look at them.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot of really good things on there. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty busy.
Randall, we have someone in our chat, and I am doing a couple of things here at once, and Cindy has told me that there is someone in chat that would like to know if you need volunteers.
We always need volunteers. We don't ever turn away volunteers. We're planning on hosting roughly 1,200 people. So if you want to volunteer, you go to fishingforfreedomquincy.org, click on the volunteer tab on the left and sign up. And then, of course, I'll be contacting you to tell you where you're assigned.
That's excellent. And thank you guys for asking about that, because this is a major undertaking in that area, and any help that they can get, I am quite sure they would be thrilled to have. And like I say, it is so rewarding and so much fun. Doc, it's kind of like when we go to these tournaments throughout the United States all year, and when we get to see you as only a time or two a year, and other people the same way, and every year we go back there and we get to see these people that we haven't seen since the year before, and it's just really an outstanding deal.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. This is going to be my first
sure. I'm quite sure it's just a big time.
And Doc, I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to having you here in Quincy. So, really looking forward to both of you guys coming and everyone else. It's a time for us to shine here in Quincy and really show everybody what we're about. And you know, this event has in the last year has really kind of exploded. And I'll be honest with you, I thank you two for a lot of it, because hosting us on your guys' show has just been phenomenal. Look at our catfish numbers. Look at our catfisherman boater numbers. I mean, what did you say, 102?
101.
101 boaters, that are coming are going to be catfishing. Now, I know, that's not all from out of town, or they may not all watch your show, but a good portion of them, I guarantee you, probably do catch your show on a weekly basis. And so for you guys, we appreciate that.
Good deal.
Well, we are so proud to be a part of Fishing for Freedom Quincy. I think I've told you before that if you guys wouldn't let Cindy and I fish, we'd come up and just sit there and watch the event. It's so exciting and so friendly and such a great surrounding for everybody to be a part of that we enjoy it so much.
Yeah, it is. It's fun. I mean, they're at the park. I mean, unfortunately, we can't weigh every fish, at the park. So we do have those individual weigh-ins. But everybody does come back through the park. And I think I thought I heard someone say that the escort from Mark Twain may have some mini monster trucks.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
So our Mark Twain escort is normally motorcycles, and the motorcycles that normally do it could not do it this year. So one of our boaters, who I'm sure is watching right now, put out the all call for any and everything that looked cool to escort them back. So I've seen motorcycles, monster trucks, lowriders, anything great. I think it's going to be bringing them back. And then, of course, the Missouri Department of Conservation and Missouri State Police always escort them all the way through town.
That is the escort things that come in from these outlying areas is just unbelievable. And that just goes to show the support that you're getting from everyone.
Yeah, the majority of these vehicles are coming from the St. Louis area.
Nice.
Saturday night, escort them back Sunday.
We have a mutual friend that is coming up from St. Louis that had a really nice wrap put on his pontoon boat.
Yes, he did.
Isn't that something?
That was pretty neat.
I'm really excited to see this. I haven't got to see it in person yet, but I've had it text to me, and it really looks nice.
Yeah, I'll tell you, when we first met him, he was gung ho and he was ready to go the minute we talked to him about it. You know, down at the conference, and I mean, he has been blowing it up on Facebook, and well, I tell you what, we greatly appreciate that.
Absolutely, and you know, he's excited about doing it. Yeah, it's going to be a really, really neat deal. It really is. I don't know if it's sent to me on Facebook. You don't copy and paste. But you know, it's an exciting time. You know how many is going to be fishing the river and how many is going to be fishing the lake?
Well, now, Lyle, I ain't telling you that. That's almost cheating.
Really? Well, Mindy, we're not going to the lake, honey. Yeah. We're not going to the lake. It don't matter to me if the rest of them go. You and me's going to the river.
I think right now we're flooded, so depending on which way that goes, it's probably going to depend on which way a lot of your boaters go.
Well, now I'm going to mention something about that, and I knew that the water was coming up, but I didn't know it was that bad. And in my opinion, even for us, we have a really safe boat, but if the water is still in flood conditions, I would recommend people go to Mark Twain Lake simply because it's a safe place to be.
So if the river is in flood conditions, Fishing for Freedom has a plan for that. It's happened once before,
okay.
Actually. What we do is we open up, we close the river. You can't fish the river at all. And we open up a lot of the outlying lakes. Wyconda Lake, Mark Twain Lake, Route J Lake, a few private lakes here in Illinois, enough lakes that all the boaters can be fishing on it without being right on top of each other. And we do it that way. And we also have to move the weigh-in location in Quincy when it floods. So we do have a flood plan in place. However, it is supposed to crest and drop back down before our event. So hopefully it just got high enough to fish up here.
Yeah, and that would be great, you know, because you guys may or may not seen it, but Ryan Casey did a Facebook Live out of St. Louis on the Mississippi River this morning. And in fact, he got cut off 2 or 3 times, but the 3 boys that he had out of Kansas, I believe they was out of Kansas or Nebraska, around 40 fish in the boat today. So that'd make for a really cool day.
It would.
Definitely. Hey, Lyle.
Yes,
sir. Are you guys giving away things tonight?
Yes, we are. We are always giving something away.
Well, I tell you what,
if you guys would give me a little bit of time, we're having trouble getting the. I've been working for an hour trying to get stuff loaded up into this random.org, and at the present time, I am still working on it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, now Doc can do a for the ones in chat. He can do that.
Hey, Doc, how many people we got in chat right now?
Hang on a minute. I'm working on it.
I can get them. I can load them up, but I can't find. They won't. Everything's so far apart. It won't work. I've been fighting this computer for about 2 hours tonight.
Technology can be a blessing sometimes, but boy, I tell you what, when it doesn't work, it can be a curse.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, it's not been a blessing today. Okay.
Actually, it's not allowing me to grab them.
It's just been one of them nights, and we're going to make it happen. It's just a matter of getting it done here. Anything new going to happen at Quincy this year that is different than normal?
Well, we're having a new band this year, so we'll be down at the dock again Friday night with Blacktop South.
Now, explain to them people where the dock is at, Mindy.
The dock is at 1301 Bonacina Drive, but for those out-of-towners, where we weigh in at Clyde Adams Park, which runs into Kessler Park, Once you run out of park, you're at the dock.
Okay.
Okay, Randall. Give me a number. First of all, what are we giving away?
All right. So we're going to go with another hat. And this is all one giveaway.
Okay.
And Lyle, you'll recognize what these are. These are little coolers. We had a couple extra left over from. And they do have some items in them. They got a coolie cup. They have a tumbler, a pocket knife, a little first aid kit, and some sunblock. So tell you what, Doc, how about we go 3? And whoever it is will get both coolers and a cap.
All right. There's 1.
And a guilt trip if they're not a voter.
Number 2 and number 3. And the winner is Joshua Broderick. Joshua Broderick. Broderick.
Joshua, if you hear it, if you're on, shoot us a message, and we'll get your address and we'll get that sent out to you. And we can also get you signed up if you got a boat. How about that?
Good deal.
How many people did you have on, Doc?
I got 90 some in the chat right now.
Man, oh man. Well, I tell you what, how hard is it to load it up again?
I can just give me a second.
Because I know you guys are busy tonight, and we don't want to take up your whole time.
Oh,
we
no, it's no big deal.
appreciate you getting us on here.
Well, we'll take all the time we need. I just got a message. Cindy had sent Jody and Daniel a message, and they had 2 blowouts on one truck, and they're struggling to get back in. So we have all the time in the world.
Oh.
Okie dokie, Randall. I'm ready, buddy.
All right, we're going to do this again. Same thing. 2 coolers, a hat with all the contents of the coolers. So,
all righty.
We go with number 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the winner is Greg Odom. O-D-O-M. Greg Odom. You are the winner.
congratulations, Greg. Send us a message, and we'll get that out. And
Them are really cool, by the way.
yeah, even the contents, like those tumblers that are in there, and
Oh, yeah.
And there's Greg in there going, sweet.
all right.
Well, Al, you
Good
know,
deal.
we have voter giveaways again this year. We work.
I'm sorry, Mindy.
I said, we're going to be having those get bag giveaways again this year at the event. We worked last Sunday for 5 hours putting those together for you guys.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
Good deal. I think I'm going to bring my granddaughter. I think my granddaughter is coming with us. So
That'll be fun for her.
Nice.
yeah, she's a 16-year-old. She's given up a softball tournament. She says, I'm coming with her mama and papa. So I think we're bringing her along.
Well, you know what?
She's
For a
old enough to help.
16-year-old girl to give up a softball tournament, that's a major deal.
Oh, yeah. And she volunteers at the soup kitchen here in Springfield and goes and serves food and does all that. So that ought to be a natural for you.
Absolutely. Bless her heart for that. Randall, I don't believe that. I know that everybody understands that what you guys do over there is a major event. I mean, it's a big deal for a lot of people. It's a big deal for the military guys and gals, but I don't think anybody realizes how much work and how many hours of time that's put in by the volunteers. And you guys are all volunteers. There's nobody gets a check out of this thing.
Yeah, none of us get a dime. I mean, I look up to Mindy because, Mindy she's one of our warriors, but yet she spends just as much, if not more time than the rest of us doing, this event. And I mean, I wouldn't even want to guess how many hours that we actually put into this, on an individual basis. But I can just tell you right now that basically from the beginning of January.
Well, we meet in October.
Well, yeah.
And then we take a siesta for the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas. Then we start full force into it January 1st.
Yeah, it takes a lot of planning, doesn't it?
The core group of volunteers, your board members, your committee heads, there's only about 20 of us. But all in all, it takes the minimum number of volunteers we need to make the event happen is around 100.
Wow. We just had a message in chat from Cliff Miller, and he might have missed it earlier. Will you go over if the river's at flood stage again for guys that wasn't in here watching? What will take place if the river is at flood stage?
If the river is at the river's at flood stage now, but it's not at a dangerous flood stage. If the river is at a dangerous flood stage, we will close down the river. You will not be allowed to fish that for the tournament. We will open up several lakes for everybody to fish on. There will be Mark Twain, Waiakonda, Route J, several private lakes to make sure that everybody can fish without being on top of each other. And then we will move the weigh-in location so it would be more accommodating to not water weighing in. And we'll make sure that everybody gets to fish in a safe way. The last thing we want is for anything to happen to anybody's boats or their warriors that are in them.
That is correct. That is correct. This is a fun time and a fun trip, and we want everybody going out and coming back in just like they left, and for everybody to have a great time.
That's why it's so important when you get here and we designate you a weigh-in location, even if you don't have fish, come check in at your weigh-in so we know you're off the water. Otherwise, we're looking for you. We're assuming you're broke down or stranded somewhere. So call, come back and check in, but make sure that whoever is in charge of your designated weigh-in location knows you are okay and off the water. Because it freaks us out a little bit at 3:30 when we go through the list and we haven't heard from 40 people.
Even one.
Even one.
That's right. When they don't show up to weigh in, you start wondering. And we've had guys do that have broke down, had boat trouble. We've also had guys that actually they didn't have fish that they feel competitive, so they stayed out and fished. Well, unless you call people and let them know, they don't know if you're just out fishing or whether you're broke down or problems and stuff like that. So it's really good if you can do that. And it only takes a second. Everybody's got a cell phone.
When you check in that weekend, or Saturday morning, you'll receive a card. You'll have the Fishing for Freedom phone number on it, the president of the organization's phone number on it, and the phone number for every person that is in charge of the 4 weigh-ins we have. We give you lots of opportunities. Keep that card in your cooler, in your pocket, in your boat, somewhere that if you have problems, you can get a hold of us, or if you're just checking in, you can get a hold of us to let us know.
Nice. Well, since we have got our random.org working, what do you say we spin the Rick Raff prize wheel? Well,
have at it. What
Mindy,
was that?
Mindy picked me out a number between 1 and 5.
3.
1. I think this storm has kind of got me slowed up a little this week. 2,
Got something going on there.
and 3. And the winner is Scott King. Scott King. And here we go.
I think the storms are doing something because I've never been this slow.
Easy sinker slides. Scott, if you will send me after the show your address, I will get you some easy sinker slides out in the mail. And if you would be so kind to thank our sponsor from MeWrap for donating those. I'm telling you, they are an amazing piece of equipment. You don't have to no longer have to cut your line to put your sinker slide on. They just go in and out, on and off, simple, easy peasy, really cool, and they are nearly indestructible. So thank you, Glenn, for bringing the prize.
Hey, can we talk about another one of your sponsors real quick?
Sure.
You can.
One that might be going fishing with us, I hear?
Yes,
I'm sure he's on here watching, Matthew Miles.
he is.
So I'm pretty excited that you're going to have a spare warrior in case I get too busy.
I thought you promised that wouldn't happen.
I got time on Sunday, but Saturday you're just going to have to take Matthew out and find the fish for us.
Oh, that'd be fine. Matthew Miles with Catfish Clothing will also join us in our new boat. And Mindy and Matthew will have a great time. We're going to, I doubt very seriously, Mindy, if Matthew's ever seen anything like the Mississippi River, unless he was fishing someplace near it, he's going to be excited about that.
Well, I'm going to have to show Matthew how to roll shirts when he gets in the boat because I don't think the Navy taught him how to do that.
And we had this conversation not too long back. I really thought that was quite comical. I mean, you two guys being from different branches of the military, and it's really funny to see you get on him a little bit.
Well, I mean, come on. It's the first thing we learned in basic training. I don't know what the Navy learns first in basic training, but.
Our sentence rolls in that way.
Oh, yeah, we have 2 boys that was both in the Army, and Tony rolls everything like that. Or Marky does. But yeah, they learned that right off the bat. They come home and get to their dresser drawer, and everything's rolled up and put in place and neat, easy peasy. And I just suppose that was something they all learned, but evidently that's not the case.
You know, when I was in basic training, I had a drill sergeant he was Italian from New York. And he's the one that taught us how to roll our shirts. And he said they need to look like a burrito, not a sausage sub. So I guess I'll use the same analogy to teach Matthew how to roll his shirts.
You know, we're going to be doing a live show up there. That might be a good time when we get that live, Mindy, for you to bring some stuff over and introduce Matthew to how to roll shirts while we're live.
Well, you know, he's going to be hopefully bringing those Catfish Clothing shirts for us, so I'll just use those.
That'd be great.
Going to be a contest and who's going to roll it.
Well, I don't think he'll want to jump in a contest with her. She's very well experienced, and he's not. And roll the shirts.
On a serious note, I'm very excited to meet Matthew and get to fish with him. I've talked to a few boaters that I guess know him, and they say that he goes to all these events, but he never relaxes. So me and Randy were talking about it tonight, and this weekend's going to be just for him relaxing. He's going to have to let that Catfish Clothing sell itself.
It's a great product. Matthew does a lot of wonderful things for the sport of catfishing with his Catfish Clothing. He was at the, as you guys know, he was at the Catfish Conference, which is one of the big events that we all go to every year. He supports a lot of tournaments and a lot of events such as yours that has, we call it a tournament, but realistically, this is about our heroes. It's not about tournament situations. And although there's nothing in the world that would be better for me, Mindy, if we go out there and give Daniel Kennedy and Joe Lucky a good beat down. But
we're beating Daniel Kennedy. That's not an option.
That's right. But even if we don't, it's about making sure that everybody that's involved with this has a great time and wants to come back, because Am I correct in saying this is the largest event you guys have held?
This is our biggest one, and
Yeah, every year we keep getting bigger. Because where'd you say we're at 262?
yes.
So right now we're sitting at 262 warriors, but that does not include the Saturday morning tournament that we hold for our local Illinois Veterans Home. We actually go to the Veterans Home. Larry Scheffler organizes a team that will bring the veterans out at the home at their private lake, and they fish that private lake, and they kind of have their own little tournament because a lot of them can't come out, off the grounds to enjoy our event. So we go to them and we bring them out and get them fishing.
It also doesn't include our boaters that are veterans. We have a large number of boaters that are
Yes, we
veterans
do.
that bring their boats to take out these other warriors. So I'd say we're well past the 300 stage.
That's awesome. And I want it to grow and get bigger every year because it just is that much money we can do for these people. But Mindy, Dave Swearingen said he was so glad he was in the Air Force because in the Air Force, someone rolled them for him.
Oh, I bet they did. Probably when they went to cow hall to eat their crab legs and lobster. That's all right, Dave. We'll keep it up for you. We'll do all the hard work.
Hey, let me jump in here. Paul Bird wants to know, in case I missed it, how many boats do you still need?
Hey, Paul, first off, thank you for everything that you're doing. I see you throwing stuff on Facebook all the time, so thank you. As far as boaters that we need, we would like to have 15 more. 15 will take us out of some of the double pairings that we have right now. But we do have every warrior in a boat as of right now, but 15 more will help us get rid of some of those double pairings.
Come on, you guys. 15 is a very small number. And for people to give up one day to have the time of your life with a true American hero isn't much to ask. And it's not going to cost you anything but your gas to and from. They've got you covered on everything else. So get signed up. Call these folks and take out one of the greatest people that the United States has to offer for you.
All right, real quick, Lyle, the phone number, if they want to give me a call, is 217-779-3811. That is the Fishing for Freedom phone number. It's on our website. I work till 6 o'clock every day, so leave a message and I will call you back if I miss you. But give me a call. I can get you guys signed up.
It just takes a minute to do it, and I promise you, you will be so happy you did. These guys and gals that you take out in the boat, they fully appreciate what you're doing. But you get to spend a day with somebody that's given so much and has so little in return.
Well, and the thing is, Lyle, is that if someone's thinking about doing it and they're just not sure, give us 1 year. Do it one time. Because I guarantee you they'll be hooked and they will be back every year because they'll enjoy it.
Absolutely.
They build that bond with our warriors that can last a lifetime, and it's unbelievable some of the bonds that I've seen develop over the years that I've just been involved with it. And it's remarkable.
Matt Marshall wants to know, when will the Warriors be getting a hold of us?
Pairings go out tomorrow, Matt. Patience.
Mindy, you have to understand now that when we know we're going to get to take somebody out, we can't wait to find out who it is and connect with them.
I know. We're still signing up boaters and warriors, though, so we want to make sure they're as close to final as we can get them so we don't have warriors calling and then having to call another boater because they switched. So, but yes, Aaron is currently working on the pairings while I'm doing this show, and they will be ready and probably out late this evening.
Trying to get them to go.
Okay, Cindy just told me that there's 2 people that are in St. Louis as part of a bass club. What?
In 2 different baskets.
And 2 different bass clubs. I'm trying to get them to sign up and come up there. That would really be cool. Now,
Have them call me.
this is the first year that I haven't been stressing about who we was going to take out. The first year we took out a really good guy. The second year and every year after that, these guys was. One year we didn't catch any fish with the first guy, and I felt so bad about that. And the guy, we come in and he told me, he said, you know what? I got to go for a boat ride, and I had a great time, and that was cool. But we've been pretty successful after that, and the relationships you build with these people are amazing. I still talk to Lyle David. I know you guys know who he is. He's a super nice guy. I wish the world he could make it again, and I'm sure at some point he will. He just does so much for a lot of people, and he's a great guy to be in the boat with. And I never dreamed, Mindy, that you would ever get in because you never have time. But it was pretty impressive for Cindy and I that you would choose to get in the boat with us. We were so happy when you told us last year, and we've been counting forward, looking forward to this all year to get up there and make it happen.
We're going to have a great time. Even Matthew's going to have fun.
Lyle, I'll tell you right now, I don't care what Mindy says on Sunday morning. She is getting in that boat with you.
That's right. That's right.
Whatever she's got going on, I'll take it and I'll do it.
You have to boss me.
So she deserves to be in that boat.
She does deserve to be in the boat. She if anybody up there, I can't think of anybody that deserves it any more than her. She works so hard and tries so hard to get along with everybody, and that in itself, when you're dealing with them kind of numbers, to be able to pull that off is a home run.
Well, and that's the thing is that we've got boaters calling us and sending us messages on Facebook wanting to know who they're paired with. We just want everybody to understand the logistics of this is insane. I mean, it's crazy how much work goes into it, logistically, that, they're just they just want their one warrior. We have to figure out where all 262 are going to go. So we just ask that everybody just have a little bit of patience with us, and, we'll get them out to them.
Jason, you find me, and I'll tell you a little secret or two, but
Not very much.
the biggest thing that I can tell you is make sure you have good quality bait. You're going to want that for sure. Shad or skipjack, come on up there, and I won't tell you I'll tell you where we're going to fish. It don't make any difference. We're going to be in the water, and we're all going to have a good time. I want you to have.
We're going to be in a good old can of Vienna sausages.
Yeah, that's right. I don't care what these guys find out about taking their warriors out. I want them all to catch fish. So if I can help them in any way, I will. Not that, that every year you go up there, that water's different than it was the last time you was there. It's a Mississippi River. But, if I can help someone get their guys on fish, I'll be more than happy to. I will say that there's a lot more fish caught on Mark Twain probably than there is on the river, but the bigger fish will probably come from the river.
Isn't there a big trash fish?
Are we still doing the trash fish trophy?
There is still the trash fish division. The only change to that this year was when you check in that weekend, you have to tell us what species of fish you are fishing for. Any fish you weigh in outside of that species is trash fish. So if you are fishing for catfish and you bring in a bass, it is considered a trash fish.
Well, now, Mindy, you understand that growing up on that river and fishing your whole life, that if it's got scales, if it ain't got a skinny body on it, it's trash.
I understand. The river people have no trouble catching trash fish. The Mark Twain is a little bit different. We did have one trash fish one year, though. He caught a buffalo on Mark Twain. That kind of threw us all for a loop at the weigh-in, but
I don't know if you guys hear that thunder and lightning going on in the background here, but if we get knocked offline, just continue on without us because it's fixing to get it on down here in Southwest Missouri. MREs for all boats. I don't know you use those for bait, but I guess that'd work.
They probably taste good to the fish because they taste terrible to humans.
You know, Mindy, my boys, especially Tony, he come back, he loved it. You know, maybe he's just not that particular, but
he must always got the chili mac one.
I don't know. He would go to the what do they call the stores where they sell that stuff?
PX.
Army PX and stuff. Yeah, Army surplus places, and he'd buy them, bring them home. I was just wild about that. Yeah, he done all kinds of trick stuff, but you know he liked them, and I didn't want no part of them. But then again, I'm used to good eating, as you can tell by looking at me. If it's not a catfish, it's bait. John, you are 100% correct. I seen a post here a minute ago, Doc. I want to go back and look at. So if you've got something to visit with these guys about, go ahead because I want to find this. I found it quite intriguing.
Quite intriguing, huh? Okay. Yeah, I'm still looking at. I'm still trying to catch up on this chat here.
Well,
So
Doc,
I can tell you this much. Looky here. I don't know.
oh my gosh.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I got my shirt on.
There you go. Thank you.
Doc talked to a boater the other day that seems to know you pretty well.
Uh-oh, that I don't know if that's good or bad.
Oh, well, the stories he told me we'll have to talk about not on live TV.
Okay. What's his name? Who is he?
Justin.
Oh Lord. Justin Wolf?
No. Hang on, let me look. He's probably watching the show wanting to know why I can't remember his last name.
Happens to me every day. Oh, this is here's the post, and it's made by a guy that is the wrath of war, and he says, "Don't forget, every fish is worth clapping for with a good sportsmanship," and that's very true. I think that sometimes in the way that we tournament fish so much throughout the year, that's something that gets forgotten about. But this tournament, again, is not about money. You don't win anything, but to get to say you beat Joe Lucky and Mr. Kennedy. It's not about money. It's about goodwill. Yeah, we got to do that, Mindy. We got to take them guys down a bit.
I mean, I don't think that legally I'm allowed to actually win the tournament, but I'm definitely going to bring in enough fish to outweigh them too.
There we go. That'll work for me, actually.
This is going to be awesome.
You know, I would love for the Cardinals and the Cubs to be playing again. You know, Randall, they rode me pretty hard last year when we come in. I like that. When we come in last year and those boys, we was doing a live show and Daniel and Joe and them guys come over and got on me about the Cubs sneaking in and stealing the game from the Cardinals. And it's a shame that they couldn't have been playing them last week when they give them that 3 in a row beat down up there. I would have enjoyed that a lot more to be able to talk to Joe and Daniel about that.
Well, I tell you what, I actually wore my red shirt just for Daniel. And you know, the thing is that we took 5 from Chicago that weekend.
Yeah, but not the right day.
Chicago couldn't even handle us. Didn't matter who they threw at us. So
I enjoyed that so much, and I didn't ride them guys hardly at all.
Did they hold this again?
I guarantee you.
Yes. We haven't. Carl Wells wanted to know if we hold this event the same weekend every year, and it's the first weekend of June every year, Carl.
First weekend of June every year.
And
Cliff Miller wants to know, how many fish can we weigh in? 3, isn't it?
Okay. If you are weighing in catfish or bass, you may weigh in 3 fish. If you are weighing in crappie, you may weigh in 7 fish.
now Carl Wells is from the great state of Texas, and he is former military. Carl, this would be a really good event for you to be involved with and come up and get to share the Mississippi River with, because you've been on the Mississippi, I believe, but I don't think you've been up near this far. All right.
Knockout, drag out fight on the lake. Okay, all righty.
And I'll tell you what, the best part is the banter that goes on, amongst the military guys.
The bantering?
Oh yeah, it's funny. I mean, if a guy pulls a fish out, that's 3/4 old.
Probably about like us fishermen when we're fishing for, the rights that I beat you.
That's right.
That's what it's all about.
And, I got to tell you, there's nothing in the world, as bad as I get on Joe and Daniel, there's nothing in the world I wouldn't do for those guys. And I feel like it would be the same way with them. Those are some of the great guys in the business. And I think the world of Daniel. He does a lot of things for our military personnel besides fishing for freedom. And Joe is just an outstanding guy. Joe comes every year. Him and his dad does it a lot. I don't know if Jerry Sr. is going to make this, but I do know that Mark Farrell come with him last year. They had a really good time. And Mark is another guy that's got interested in this in a big way. And boy, I got to tell you, the person that gets the privilege of jumping in the boat with them guys, them are top-notch guys anywhere in the United States. Whenever they go, they're donating their weekend to be able to come down and take a guy or gal out, and they will be proud to be in the boat with any one of those fellows. License. Fishing license. What kind of fishing license does everybody need?
You do not need a fishing license for our tournament. We get permits from the state of Illinois and the state of Missouri that allows free fishing for anyone that is in our tournament. You will receive a copy of that at registration to have with you in the boat. And we don't really fish in Iowa, but if you do fish in the Iowa waters, Iowa has agreed to just leave us alone.
Leave you alone. That's good.
I don't think anybody wants to be the conservation officer that goes in front of 300 warriors and says, you can't fish today. You didn't buy a license.
Okay, here's a question. With having 2 warriors on his boat, this is Paul Bird, do they each get 3 to weigh in, or is it a boat limit, not a person limit?
The weigh-in is per boat right now. It's been up for discussion. It'll maybe go into effect next year. We're still arguing a bit about it with the board on weighing in per warrior. But for this year, it is per boat limit.
Okay. I knew that's all it had been in the past, and I was sure that it would probably still be that way. Welcome to you guys that are just joining the show. We have Randall and Mindy on for Fishing for Freedom Quincy. If you guys have any questions about this event, please feel free to jump in here with them. They have went over a bunch of stuff. If there's anything that you ask and it's already been stated, we will be happy to go over it again for you.
Now is the time to ask the questions because I don't have to text Randy. I'm sitting right here.
That's exactly right. And Matthew Miles, thank you for that. If anybody could like and share this video so we can get the word out to get the last 15 boaters we need, it is so important that we get this word out so everybody that wants to fish can have a boater of their own to go with.
That is correct. And you only have 17 days, 2 hours, 52 minutes, and 47 seconds.
You know, Doc,
Couldn't
every
get
time
it
you
done.
say that, it gives me a little stroke because that means we only have 17 days to finish getting ready.
There you go. Keep you on your toes.
We've already got sweaty palms, so getting close.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. We're coming in a day early. We're coming in on Thursday. And actually I just got back from Lake of the Ozarks 2 hours ago, and I'm going to be pulling out my big live well because it's only a 3 fish limit. So whoever my warrior is gets to run across my aircraft carrier that is going to be in there. So I'm hoping that they're a Navy guy or somebody like that. So we'll see.
Maybe we should have put Matthew with Doc.
Doc.
So they'll be playing it, and the seat that person is sitting in is a known big catfish catching seat because my wife has put an 88-pounder in. So
Now I've seen Lynn. Who helped her get that in the boat?
me, I'm the net guy. She catches the big fish, and I net them. So
Who cooks them?
we don't. Neither one of us eat fish. All catch and release.
Well, you'll have to try some fish while you're up here then, Doc, since we'll have it at the meet and greet.
Yeah, I'll probably do that.
All right, Mindy, pick us out a number between 1 and 5. We're going to spin the wheel again.
2.
I like that. Nice low number. 1.
I don't want to kill your internet.
Well, with this storm, it's got to be this storm moving through. The winner is Pamela Smith. Pamela Smith, you have won the Reaper hooks from Hooker's Terminal Tackle. If you will contact them on their Facebook page, they will hook you up with a package of Reaper hooks, and I promise you're going to love them. They're extremely sharp. A lot of guys use them over the weekend with great success. So contact James Arwood with Hooker's Terminal Tackle, and he will get you a package right out to you. Thanks for watching the Rig Wrap Prize, or playing the Rig Wrap Prize Wheel game, and watching Catfish Weekly.
Paul Bird.
Hey, Lyle, just so you guys know, James is coming up too.
James Arwood is coming to Fishing for Freedom. That is
Cool.
outstanding.
Yeah, good deal. Last time we saw him was at the Catfish Conference.
That's exactly right. I am so proud to know that. I did not know James was coming. So that is very exciting for me to know that he's going to be there.
Paul, daggone it, I just had it here.
Paul, you call me like at least once a week. Can't you just ask me questions on the phone?
No, Paul Bird said if you have any problems with your boat up there, make sure and contact JD at M&G Marine. He's one heck of a man.
JD is one of our board members, and he runs the weigh-in over at Mark Twain, and he owns his own marina over there on Mark Twain, and he does a wonderful job taking care of all of our boaters that weekend. It's happened a few years in a row.
That's excellent. Excellent.
Good deal.
We have so many truly good supporters from that whole area, and it's not just in Quincy, it's all the areas around Quincy, all the way from the lake to Quincy and beyond, and all the little towns around there. They have got behind this tournament so much, and a lot of the businesses and all the stuff. Is just really cool to see a group of towns and a community get behind you guys like they have.
I can't think of a better place to have this kind of tournament. Quincy and the surrounding areas, the tri-state area in general, is phenomenal. The outpouring of support, not just monetary, but the volunteers that come out, the people that stand on the side of the road for the Warriors to come back through Ursa, your little bitty town, Minden Lions Club, the Kotzberg Lions Club. I mean, these are little towns, of no more than 500 or 600 people, and they're some of our biggest sponsors. there are a lot of fishing for freedom tournaments, 3 that we know of, but we know that there's a lot of other fishing for freedom tournaments, but I don't believe that any of them has the community feeling that ours does.
I can't imagine it being like Quincy has put on, and it's amazing event. And again, for those of you that are late coming into the show, we need 15 boaters to complete this, so all the guys that want to be in a separate boat with a separate warrior will be able to do it. We need 15 boaters to sign up. It wouldn't hurt if we had a spare or 2, but if we can get 15 more, that would be outstanding. I promise you it's a great time. You will be so glad that you do if you just sign up, and you will never miss another one.
And if you want to sign up, you have to call me. We have the website shut down so that we could get pairings ready for Matt Marshall. So the phone number is 779-3811.
Cliff Miller has sent us a message on the chat that Twisted Cat Outdoors has their Jack and Jill tournament there the following weekend every year. Jason and I can tell you about the fishing with him and Cindy. Well, right there, not very far from where they're going to be having Fishing for Freedom Quincy, Cindy put a 49 something in the boat right across from the boat ramp, and the following year we was in another tournament up there and I put a 48. So you don't have to travel too far to find them gigantic fish. There's some big fish in that water, and I fully anticipate that there will be some put in the water during this tournament.
Found out yesterday you can get new crackers.
Some taken out of the water.
Yeah, I see. But yeah, it's going to be a great time, and we had some guys on here, and I have forgotten who they was a few weeks ago or the last time we talked about it, that was going to bring a lot of bait with them to the tournament. So anybody that doesn't have any bait, they can contact us, and we will try to get you hooked up with the guys that was talking about bringing bait over. We want everybody to get their guy or gal the best of opportunity they can, so that they can have quality bait to give them the opportunity to catch a quality fish, because it's the Mississippi River. I mean, it's one of the greatest fisheries in the world.
We have BJ's Baits coming again this year, and each catfish boater will get a jar of bait from them like they did last year.
Nice.
I know that Jack Height was one of the guys that was talking about bringing the fish. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to make it this year. He had some stuff come up at home, and it's important. So I don't know if there was other ones, but if you guys are planning on bringing bait and you're planning on giving it away, we would really appreciate if that was available Friday night so that I don't have to smell it all weekend.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, it was so refreshing. And I think, Randall, on the last show that we done with you, we talked about that. A lot of people was talking about bringing boat. I know Tony DeBuff was going to bring some. And Tony, I visited with him over the weekend briefly, and again a little bit this morning. And I know that he's going to be here, and he'll have what he said he was going to have. And there will be some bait around. We could always net some shad. Those fish are used to those shad and skipjack on that river. So you just need some quality bait and give them every opportunity that you can to make sure that they give the best chance of catching a good fish that they got.
Yeah.
If anybody has any more questions for Randall and Mindy, now is the time. The time for Fishing for Freedom Quincy is drawing near. So if you've got questions about this tournament, you need to get them in here while we have them on the show.
And if anybody has any questions after we get off, they can always call us. You know, they can always call Mindy. They can shoot me a message on our Facebook page. I usually try to get to that within minutes of them sending it. So, I mean, they can always get a hold of us, and we can answer any questions that they may have. So we're always available.
We have an email that I check several times throughout the day, and I know Aaron also checks and Randy checks. So you can always email us your questions to. It's fffquincy@gmail.com.
There you go. And Mindy, if you guys could give them that phone number again, that would be awesome.
217-779-3811.
Paul Birds, he's going to try to get as much shad Friday and Saturday so he can share.
Okay, that's great. Paul Bird has said he's going to try to get as much shad as he can Friday and Saturday so he can share. That's what? What? Yes, thank you, Paul. We appreciate that.
Sonny Parker
Doc
wants to know what happens if you end up with too many boats.
So, okay, so we have a lot of local boaters that live here in town. So the first thing we would do is talk with those boaters and pull their warriors because they didn't travel to get here and they can fish this water anytime they want. So we always try to fill out-of-town boaters first. The second thing we would do is get more warriors. We have volunteers that sign up just to volunteer that are veterans. I guess on Sunday they'll be fishing, but that's never happened. So
First time for everything. Trey Stroop wants to know if we signed up to fish a river, can we change to Mark Twain when we get there?
when you check in either on Friday or Saturday, that is when your final decision on your fishing location needs to be made. So you have until Saturday at noon to change your mind.
Okay, cool.
You have till Saturday at noon. Change your mind.
And just so everybody knows, anybody who's coming wants to know, check-ins. We will be doing check-ins on Friday night from 4 to 7 at the Eagles, which is the place for our first event on Friday night. We will also run a check-in from 6 a.m. until noon at Clad Adams Park, which is where the official weigh-in on Sunday will be. And then we will also have a weigh-in from 6 a.m. to noon. From 6 to 9. Oh, is it 6 to 9? 6 to 9 a.m. at Ramp 107 at Mark Twain Lake. They changed that time and didn't tell me. I saw you smiling, Doc.
It was 9 too. He didn't pay attention.
So
put you in your place.
She always
I
does.
love it.
She always does, and I'm all right with it. I think that's why we click so well, because I just do what she tells me to do.
He's got more women that live in his house. He knows better.
That's right.
It's just easier to do it that way.
Sonny Parker wants to know, are there blues in Mark Twain Lake?
Yes, there is.
Okay.
Yes, there is.
We have quite a few guys actually that signed up this year to catfish Mark Twain. Usually we only have one or two. It's actually going to be a little bit of a competition over there this year.
Mark Twain has a lot of quality fishing. There's some big flatheads in there, but there's a lot of channels, and it's loaded with blues. There is some quality blues in there, but you'll catch more of them in the mid-size range than anything, but that's okay.
The Mark Twain Lake Catfish Division is a separate division from the river. So even if they're catching 80-pound catfish on the river, you're only competing against the other guys catfishing Mark Twain Lake.
That's right.
Interesting.
And Ken Pryor won the Mark Twain Lake portion of that last year.
Well, he was the only one that catfished it last year.
He was the only boat.
He was the only boat. Well, no wonder he won it. He didn't tell me that.
Who? Ken Pryor?
I guess.
Oh man, no wonder. I have to give him a hard time. I think he's coming, isn't he? I think I saw where he was signed up.
Okay, so we have the divisions broken down by, there's Mark Twain Lake, bass, catfish, or crappie. There is the re-regulation Salt River Pool, which is also by Mark Twain Lake, but it is also bass, catfish, or crappie. Then there's Mississippi River 19 and 20, which is bass and catfish. We have one crappie guy there. We're going to see if he'll move because obviously you win whether you catch anything or not. And then we have Mississippi River pools 21 through 24, and that is catfish, bass, and crappie as well. So there's several different divisions for you to fish in. So you're not competing against everyone on the river when you fish the river. You're just 19 and 20 or 21 through 24.
That Word document. That's great information. There's a lot of people that I'm quite sure that which pool is what. But can you give people the rundown about which pool is what number?
Okay, so 19 and 20 are our farthest north pools. So that's going to be Keokuk, Iowa, Hamilton area. That's where they start, I guess I should say. Above the Keokuk Dam is 19. Below the Keokuk Dam is 20. 21 starts at the Canton Dam. And then, so you can fish from the Canton Dam all the way down to the Saberton Dam. The farthest we have people go is Louisiana, Missouri on 24.
Okay, so if anybody is wondering which pool is what, you do know that.
And if you Google Mississippi River pools, it will show you.
Really?
Yep.
Great information. Cat Stalker Outdoors with Greg Goehl wants to know if he can fish with stalker eye. Greg, you are going to have to get your name in the hat a little earlier and try it next year.
Jason Huggins says Navionics time. Yeah.
Below Keokuk is the Des Moines River. That is, are you allowed to go up the Des Moines River?
You can fish any of the tributaries that you can get to by boat from the Mississippi.
Okay. But I will promise you, if you have not been in the Des Moines River, when you start in it, you'll know you're there because there is millions of Asian carp that's going to entrough your boat.
Well, good. Then you can win fish while you're at it.
That's exactly right. But you can't. Sometimes they jump in so fast you can't get them out.
Lyle, the Jack and Jill tournament the year I fished. What pool was that?
That was the Canton pool. Benny, which pool is that?
Okay.
21.
21.
South of the Canton Dam is 21.
I never did keep them straight. I didn't care if I was going to fish. I fished where I found fish. So if I didn't find one, I go through lock 2 to the next one. But this is a different situation. And that's one thing that we might want to touch on, guys. For the people that's not been to the Mississippi River and its tributaries, there is a lot of Asian carp in there. So please bear that in mind and be careful. Watch the wing dikes. If you go behind the wing dikes to fish, there will be a lot of them guys trying to get in the boat with you.
I've had that happen before.
Yeah, I mean, they don't pick no favorites. They'll jump in anybody's boat. It don't have to be fast. It don't have to be pretty. It don't have to be ugly. It don't have to be anything specific. They just want in there, and they will whack you upside the head and make you like it.
If you're a boater, you're going to figure out real quick at which speed your motor makes those carp jump and avoid that speed because it is one with each motor that makes them freak out and want to really get in that boat with you.
Yeah, unless you're looking for a trash fish, and they do make pretty good bait. But yeah, vibration and the vibration at different RPM levels make them jump a lot more than others. So yeah, be careful about that. We don't want anybody getting hurt, but if one of them lands in your upside your head, it's an experience that you won't soon forget.
Look, Noah said Des Moines has a lot of sandbars and trees.
A lot of sandbars and trees on the Des Moines River. There's also a lot of big flatheads. That is correct, Cliff Miller.
That Alumacraft would look pretty cool, all slimed up with Asians, wouldn't it?
I would prefer it to be from Catfish, but you know, we'll take what we get.
all bloody and everything. As soon as they hit the deck, man, they start.
Whenever they hit, they bleed on. That's correct.
Yeah.
Then big old goober scales just start flying off of them.
Yeah. I know the first time I went up on the Mississippi in that area, I talked to a guy. I asked him, I was trying to find bait, wasn't sure where to go. He told me, just go behind any barge. I bet that guy was laughing when I walked away because, yeah, we went behind the barge and we had about 30 Asians in the boat when the cat hit the water. They just come ripping out. I had a 30-pounder hit me right in the back.
Yeah. There's a lot of them up there. Yeah, it is good bait. Just play the sides of it off and pour the fluids that run out of it right in the bag with them and let them soak overnight, man. They don't come off. Grab me some of the Asians for bait. Yes, sir. If I get one in the boat, Paul, I'll save you one up.
Them Chicagoans eat those Asian carp, so
they're really not that bad, Mindy. I've had some of them, and depends on how they're fixed. They're really good smoked, and they're all white meat, very flaky. We had some deep fried last summer. It was really good.
I can't get past the slime to eat them.
The smell and the fact that their eyes are on the wrong part of their head.
Yeah, it looked like an upside down blue.
Well, yeah, quite obviously they can't see or they wouldn't jump in the boat.
I think they have the eyes down on the bottom. That way they can look to see where they're landing. Well, listen, I don't see too many more questions coming in. I want to thank you guys for helping us out. Surely we can get you guys 15 more boats.
I hope so.
Yeah, because we have 2 more shows. We got a show on the 21st, and we have a show on the 28th. So we will try very hard to get 15 more boats.
Yes, well, we greatly appreciate it. We appreciate everyone.
We want to help you all we can and get everybody set up. One more question that I have for you guys is, how far away are these warriors coming from?
Well, we have warriors coming from all over the country.
I think at last count, I thought I counted 14 different states.
14 states.
Warriors coming from Pennsylvania, Kentucky, Louisiana, Missouri, Iowa, Texas. We had a warrior signed up to come from Hawaii. Something happened with his duty station, but he was going to fly the 19 hours here to fish this tournament.
Wow.
We have him coming from Wyoming, Denver. I mean,
we've got one coming from Virginia.
Yes, we do.
So, but yeah, I mean, we've got them all over the place. I mean, and the boaters are the same way. I mean, you know, Doc, you're coming from Ohio, and of course you, Lyle, from Missouri. But I mean, we've got boaters. I think last time I looked was like 8 or 10 different states.
Yeah, I know Quentin Robbins is coming from Memphis.
We have boaters coming from Florida, from Texas, from
Arkansas.
I mean,
that's outstanding. And the participation that we're getting on this with boaters and warriors alike is outstanding, and I see it doing nothing but growing in years to come.
It can't grow, Lyle. This town is out of hotel rooms.
Well, you're going to have to build one, Mindy. I'm just telling you, it's not going to get any smaller. I just can't imagine it getting any smaller.
Are you going to be my lead investor on that?
I'd like to, but I'm kind of tied up right now.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, if we grow bigger, I'll open my basement. I can fit 1 or 2 down here. So,
well, there you go. That wouldn't be all bad. I'm pretty sure.
No, I mean, it's a nice basement. Mindy's dad did it.
If someone lost it on Lake of the Ozarks, don't return it to them.
Oh, Dave says that he found a brand new catfish hat at Lake Ozark. If someone's missing one, he'll be glad to return it to you.
It's dried and
ready to go. Well, listen, Randall, Mindy, thank you so much. We're excited about getting up there. Anybody that has any questions, one more time, how can I get a hold of you guys?
Phone number 217-779-3811. You can email us at fffquincy@gmail.com, or you can message Randy on Facebook, and that's Fishing for Freedom Quincy, Illinois.
Awesome. We're looking forward to getting there. Can't wait. It's going to be a blast, and we're all going to have a wonderful time. Thank you guys so much for everything you do.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having us.
We'll look forward to seeing you on more of these, Mindy.
Probably not going to happen.
Get ready. We're gonna put you in a Lumacraft, and we're gonna set the water on fire when we get up there now.
I hope our Navy guy ain't afraid of the boat.
What?
She hopes that our Navy guy is not afraid of the boat.
And Matthew, just a little in advance, I'm so sorry.
Well, we're gonna have a blast, Randall. It's
You
gonna
will.
be so
You
much
will.
fun.
Yeah, but he's gonna be in both two females.
It's gonna be a blast. Thank you guys again. I'll be talking to you soon. If there's something that comes up, Randall, please let me know so I can help get the word out. If there's anything we can do in the meantime, you know how to reach me.
We will. And we're also planning on doing a live show Saturday afternoon. Is that right?
That is correct.
Okay, excellent. That sounds great.
We'll try to start early to get as many of those warriors on as we can, but we do have a lot of the people that help to put on this event that we want to get in there so we can talk with those as many as we can.
Well, and depending on how your pre-fishing goes, we might want to look at centering that around the lunch. We catch
That'd be great.
a lot of those guys around lunchtime there.
That'd be swell. If you find us a place that's got a real strong internet connection, we'll be gold.
We'll do it.
All righty.
All right, we'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
All right. Thank
Thanks.
you, guys.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Doc,
Yes.
Rig Wrap run a contest over the weekend that was for whoever guessed the closest weight to the winners at the Lake of the Ozark tournament.
Okay.
It was called Pick the Winning Weight. They had 80 entries, which is kind of a big deal because a lot of these people don't even know where Lake of the Ozarks is. But the winner was Todd Linus from St. Petersburg, Florida, with an entry of 92.2 pounds. He won it by just 0.2 of a pound, as the second closest entry was Eric Tussin with an entry of 92 pounds. That's pretty close.
Wow. That is close.
It really was. And now Glenn gave away a bunch of Rig Wrap products. So, Todd, get a hold of Glenn at Rig Wraps. You are the winner. They pulled the name out the other night when the weigh-in was done. They checked all the numbers, and you won. So get a hold of Glenn. He will hook you up with that. A great contest from another one of our great sponsors. If you guys haven't had a chance, you need to go check out rigwrap.com. They have a bunch of stuff going on right now and some really, really good products in there for everybody. You need to get on those easy sinker slides. I'm telling you, once you use them, you just can't go back to the other stuff.
Yep. Very nice. Very good.
Yes, they are. I love them, man.
Hey, Lyle.
Doc.
I got a message from a Richard Warskow, and I don't know where this was at, but he wanted us to mention it on the show. The Backland Outdoor and Jamie K Outdoors had a fishing tournament for kids yesterday to take kids fishing that don't get to go and teach them about how important safe handling and catch and release is to our fishery. Blake Williams is the guy that put the tournament on. It will now be a yearly thing. Me and a few other anglers that fish tournaments volunteered our time and boats to take the kids fishing. Pretty cool. There were over 80-something kids showed up. I don't know where this was at. He didn't say where it was at, but he wanted us to mention it on the show. So Richard, let us know where this was at so we can spread the word on this if it's going to be a yearly thing.
Absolutely.
We'll put it out there for you. So.
Absolutely. Let everybody know when and where. We'll help you promote it all we can. Dave Swearington would like to tell everybody that writing for our Veterans Catfish Tournament is at Waverly Saturday night, 5/19/2018. Get a hold of Dave. He will tell you how to get signed up for this. Another great event for our veterans. Folks, this is some of the most important things that we can do is support our military personnel. If you are in the Waverly area, please contact Dave. If you want to fish a tournament, he will tell you all the pertinent information.
And there it is right there in chat. Lake Water Trees, South Carolina. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Justin Ledford. Pretty good. I like that. And thanks for sending that message to Catfish Weekly. Lyle, I got a couple of tournaments here before we get into the national ones. You want me to go ahead with mine?
Yes.
Central Ohio Catfish Tournament. This was held on Sandusky Bay up at Lake Erie. And what is kind of unique about this tournament is you're only allowed to put 2 over 28 inches. This is a Channel Cat tournament. The winning team, Sean Dolphin and Craig Williams, had 77, and the other 3 had to be less than that. So 77.50 pounds, that was first. Second was Chuck and Austin Venable with 73.85 pounds. Their big fish was a 23.80 pound channel. Third, Keith Konecki and James Gibaloo, 71.70 pounds. And fourth was Rod and Brent Wise with 69.25. Man, that's some heavy channel cat.
Yes, it was.
Cabela's, Gallipolis, Ohio. First place, Chris Saunders and Nick Conway, 106.60 pounds. Second was Willie Smith and Nick Anderson, 106.48 pounds. I mean, that's those guys was running neck and neck with ounces.
Correct.
Third place, Chris Rhodes and Chris Hatfield, 103.06. Fourth, Anthony Murphy and Michael Snyder, 79.10 pounds. And fifth, big Catfish Weekly listeners, every week they're on here, David Hart and Teresa Sheltman, 78.62 pounds. Big fish was Bert and Jacob Hunt with a 49.24 pound blue cat. And that is all I've got, Lyle.
Okay, Doc. We're going to go over the Catfish Weekly National Championship winners. And first place went to Michael Sutner and Cody Thompson. They had a winning weight of 93.35 pounds. They done an outstanding job. They put 2 good quality days together in pretty rough water conditions. So congratulations to them. Second place, Ron King, Craig Simler, and Buddy Weisenberger, 83.26 pounds. They had a big fish at 37.16. Mike Salazar and Floyd Manley, 73.50 for a total weight. Fourth place, Gary Taylor Young, 68.85 pounds. Fifth place, all the way from Central Texas, Randy Bain and Jerry Diller. Jerry is a big watcher of our show. He sends us in results for the Syntech tournaments all the time. We're proud to say that they finished fifth place with 68.41 pounds. Sixth place, my buddy Andrew Little and his partner Jeff Singer had 68.10 pounds. That was 0.03 of a pound separating fifth and sixth. And Andrew and Jeff put a really nice 31-pound flathead in the boat the second day. They also had a good 30-pounder the first day, so they was kind of on the flatheads. Seventh place, Roger Gerloff Jr. and Logan Gerloff, a father-son team, 63.4 pounds. Eric Keller, Joshua Flams, 60.92 pounds. Ben Sashman, Russell Michaels, 57.62 pounds for ninth place, and AJ Genetto and Matt Ganaway, 52.41 pounds for 10th place. We had a really good time, Doc. Weather was beautiful. We give away so many prizes down there the other day. It was really unbelievable. We give away 10 rods from our great sponsors that helped us out with this. We give away fishing sinkers and Whisker Sticks LED lights. We give away tackle, and for me to go through all these slime line and like I say, everything under the sun. We will make a post. We're trying to get healed up from the weekend for being gone 4 days, and we will make a post and thank all these sponsors. I'm not going to try to go on here. We're running on almost 2 hours tonight, and thank everybody for everything they've done. It was really nice. Every person that fished that tournament that stayed for the weigh-in won something. So there were some great prizes giveaway, and we can't thank these people that supported us any more than we just can't say enough about what they done. Now, Ben's Daniel and Jody are not even home yet with all the issues they had going back. We will get them on here at another day, and we'll go over the stuff with them on how things are going to be done next year. I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. How about Doc's tip of the week?
Doc's tip of the week. If you're ever in Missouri again in April or May, I'm sorry, May. Yeah, make sure you take a pair of goggles with you. That pollen that comes across there, I swear I thought it was a sandstorm. It felt like a sandstorm when it hit me in the eyes. So my eyes burned for 2 or 3 days. So I know that's not much of a tip, but I'm just saying if you're in Missouri, you better have some goggles on or you're going to have some burning eyes. That's Doc's tip for the night.
Well, now, Doc, if you was pulling out of the launch area, you could see the pollen over next to the bank where it landed on the water.
Yeah, we were on the opposite side. Yeah, we got the brunt of it. Actually, I thought it was rain, and we started getting the jackets on, and I said, "Wait a minute, that's a different color." And here, that yellow stuff. You know, what it reminded me of was cornmeal. That's what, and it felt like it when it was hitting you in the eyes.
Yeah, Dave says he reminds him of a sandstorm in Iraq, and I'm pretty sure that's probably right because it's brutal, and it should be about over. But this has been a very strange spring. It was a strange winter. I mean, how many times we go to winter blues on Wheeler and it'd be -4? I mean, that's just crazy talk.
Yeah.
This whole year's kind of started out a little different, but the fish are biting, so everybody should have a good week this week and a good weekend coming up. Be sure, if you haven't signed up for Fishing for Freedom Quincy, get signed up if you want to take a warrior out. We would love to have 50 more boats signed up for that. And that should about do it for tonight, Doc.
Who we got on next week?
Hang on just a momento, and I will tell you. I got it right here. Next week, Josh Brown and Trevor Nero.
Okay.
These guys have been leading. They're not leading at present time that I'm aware of, but I haven't seen the Cabela's results because Carl Morris Jr. was leading. But they led the Cabela's points race for a long time this year. They've been on fire. They've been making some outstanding videos. I've been watching them at night. It ought to be an exciting show with those guys. They're a hoot to talk to. Can't wait to have them on here, and we'll get some stuff made up and post so everybody know they're going to be on here. It'll be a great show with them guys.
Yep. Sounds good.
There's one other thing I wanted to mention. There was a drawing supposed to be drew for tonight for the stuff to help Kenny out for some rods and different things. It was sent over to me in a document that I cannot open to get the names out, and his internet is out. So we are going to have to do that one night this week or next Monday night. I'm sorry, but I can't open up the document to copy and paste the names, and his internet is down, so he cannot send it to me any other way. So when we get that figured out, we'll let everybody know, but I would recommend doing it next Monday night, and we'll just have to go from there. And I'm sorry that it is like that, but we was gone all the last 4 or 5 days, and I opened that up today. Didn't have an issue with it, but I cannot copy them. I can open it up, but I can't copy and paste the names to the randomizer. So we will have to do that next Monday night. So bear with us. We're going to make it happen. Glad you liked the show. It was a wonderful time. Randall and Mindy are some great folks. Please remember to sign up for that. If you'd like to fish Fishing for Freedom, 15 boats is all they need.
15 more boats.
That's it. Be a great time.
We got 2 weeks to get 15 boats for these guys.
And they would take another troop would come up with them.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks everybody for joining us.
Absolutely. For Doc and Cindy, I'm Lyle. Thanks for watching Catfish Weekly. We will see you next Monday night.